Communication, the human connection, is the key to personal and career success by Paul J. Mayer. Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Mara J. Pinky and Son back again for another video. I, together with my group, will be discussing all about communication for employment. The previous group discussed about the fundamentals of effective communication in the workplace. We learned in the previous lesson about the distinctive characteristics of professional or workplace communication. This time, we will dig in and we will learn more about the different communication needs and expectations when you start looking for a job. This lesson is divided into 3 sub-lessons: writing resumes, writing cover letters, and lastly, building interview skills. All these 3 are essential in our future job search, and of course, in building our dream careers. Before I forgot, allow me to introduce my group mates. First on the list, we have Miss Regine Sumabat and Miss Trisha Jane Soto. These ladies are assigned to report the how to write cover letters. Next, we have Mr. Errol James Obaldo. He is assigned to report all about the building interview skills. And yours truly, Mara J. Pinky and Son, will begin discussing one of the most important writing tasks in our entire career, and that is writing a resume. At the end of the first video, you should be able to identify your key selling points through a personal SWOT analysis. Second is to analyze the different parts and steps in writing a resume. Third is to construct a clear, informative, and organized resume customized to one's qualifications and target positions. Let's define quickly what communication is for employment. What is employee communication? Employee communication is often defined as the sharing of information and ideas between the management of an organization and employees and vice versa. It can happen verbally or electronically on various forms such as email, mobile applications, internets, and collaboration tools. Employee communication is vital for the health and strength of the company. Without it, managers would not be able to properly lead the employees they manage. The more effectively a business can execute an employee communication strategy, the more successful it will be. As I've said earlier, that writing a resume is one of the most important writing tasks in our entire career. Have you ever asked yourself why writing a resume is one of the most important writing tasks in our entire career? What is resume? How are resumes used? Why is a resume important? According to gingersoftware.com, the term resume is used primarily in America, where it has taken the place of the Latin expression curriculum vitae or CV. A resume is a brief written summary of a job applicant's past employment history, education, and other pertinent information. It is usually accompanied by customized cover letters that sent to the employers to determine your eligibility and qualification for a job. Employers use resumes to get a deeper understanding of your skills, strengths, and experiences. Your resume should reflect your achievements, awards, education, experience, and any other outstanding accomplishments that align with your career path and goals. The importance of a resume can never be underestimated. Think of a resume as a tool for marketing yourself. It's more than just a document. It outlines your background, your skills, and your education so that a potential employer is quickly and easily able to see how your individual experiences can contribute to a company's success. The main goal of writing a resume is to sell yourself. To sell yourself to your potential employer by providing that you are good match for that vacant position. A resume, though, will not get you the job yet, but what it can really do is open the door for you to get a job. For you to effectively sell yourself, it is important that you clearly know what exactly you will be selling them and for whom you are selling to. In short, you have to identify your key selling points through a personal SWOT analysis. This analysis is not already new to us. Perhaps most of us here encounter what personal SWOT analysis is. This is originally a business tool in the 1960s to identify your strengths and weaknesses and the opportunities and threats that may affect your career goals. Your strengths are those areas where you have an advantage over others or some unique resources to exploit. Second is your weaknesses or areas where you may be weaker than others and may find that others can do better than you. Opportunities or possibilities that you can take advantage of to help you achieve your goals and ambitions. And lastly, the threats. These are the areas or things that may prevent you from making a profit or achieving your goals. To write a resume, a step-by-step guide. Whether you're networking, applying for an internal position, or searching for jobs online, you won't get far without a professional resume. This step-by-step resume writing guide is designed to help you build a resume that stands out to recruiters and adequately communicates your skills and experiences. First, you have to choose the most suitable format. Before you start writing anything, the first step is to decide on the right format for your resume. There are three basic resume formats used by job seekers today. First is chronological, functional, and hybrid orderly combination. Chronological resume is the most popular format and is appropriate for nearly all job seekers. It lists your work history in order of when you held each position, with your most recent job listed toward the top of the page. Functional resume focuses on your skills rather than your chronological work history and is most used by people who are changing careers or trying to de-emphasize a gap in their employment. Combination resume mixes elements of both a functional and chronological resume. Combination resumes are typically used by experienced candidates with extensive specialized skill sets. This resume format features a chronological work history section along with a highly detailed skills section. Second, arrange your contact information. Now that you know that the format you're going to use, it's time to start your resume. First things first, employees need to know who you are and how to contact you. List the following contact details in your resume header at the top of the page. That includes your name, which is the largest font on the page, cell phone number, email address, location. You don't need to include your full address, but do add your city, your state, and zip code, because recruiters often search for local candidates first. And lastly, if you have LinkedIn profile, make sure your LinkedIn profile summary is up to date. You can attach the link also. Third is to write a winning resume introduction. It is placed at the top of your resume. It introduces your key qualifications and skills and convinces employers to continue reading your application. There are many different types of resume introduction used by job seekers today, including the resume objective, resume summary, summary of qualifications, resume of profile, resume of personal statement, resume about me. However, the two most commonly used introduction styles and the ones that is recommended most to employees are the resume objective and the resume summary. Our career objective is a 2 to 3 sentence statement that provides an overview of your skills and experience and explains why you're interested in that position. This introduction is best if you're an entry-level candidate because it focuses on your career ambitions. Resume summary, on the other hand, it is sometimes called as professional summaries. It includes 4 to 5 sentences either in paragraph or bulleted format that highlight your past achievements and skills. This is the example of resume objective, and this is the example of resume summary. Number 4 step is to highlight your relevant work experience. Your work experience section is the most essential part of your resume because it's the best representations of your qualifications. Tip: if you lack formal work experience, however, don't worry. Simply title the section relevant experience and use it to highlight details about your volunteer work, extracurricular activities, or relevant school coursework, and etc. So to create a logical and informative work experience section, list your relevant experience from most recent at the top to least recent at the bottom. For each job, list the following information. First is the title, your title. Second is the company name, company location, city and state, dates of employment. Fifth step, we have to create a clear education section. Having a clear education section is essential for your resume, especially if you're a recent college graduate or have a minimal work experience. If you lack professional experience but have a good track record in school, high grades, club participations, honors, and etc., your education section should be highly detailed to highlight all your education-related accomplishments. On the other hand, if you possess more than a few years of professional experience, then it's appropriate to keep your education section short and sweet. Here are the main points to include in a standard education section: the names of your university, location of the schools, date of graduation, degree, GPA. Moving on to the sixth step, that is to highlight your relevant job skills. Hiring managers are on the lookout for candidates who have relevant job-specific skills. While listing a heap of skills on your resume doesn't actually prove your skill, incorporating your various skills into different sections will catch the eye of whoever is vetting your application. For instance, you can showcase your hard and soft skills in your introduction and work experience section. And of course, you should also list your most valuable abilities, particularly any software or technical skills you have in your resume skills section. Hard skills are quantifiable, job-specific abilities learned through education, training, or on the job experience, such language skills, computer skills, and being able to operate heavy machinery all count as types of hard skills. And these are some of the list of a popular hand skills to put on your resumes. Soft skills, on the other hand, are characters or traits that positively impact how you work on and interact with other people. These are usually natural abilities, and these are just some of the list of popular soft skills to put on your resume. By now, you've already added the basic essentials to your resume. Now is the time to tie in key certifications, awards, and honors to strengthen your resumes. Make sure you know which license or certifications to include in your resume before you send it off to the potential employer, because leaving them out could ruin your application by making you seem unqualified. If you work in a job where certifications are important, consider adding a dedicated certification sections to your resume. Moving on to the eighth step, pick the ideal resume layout. At the first step, we choose the suitable format. And now it's the time to pick the ideal resume layout. The hard part is over. You've written your resume and you are feeling confident about getting that interview. Now it's the time to take a moment and consider your resume's design. Depending on the industry you work in or the job you want, you may need to adjust your resume layout to fit the expectations of your hiring manager. Formal resume layout. When it comes to resumes, newer isn't always better. If you work in a highly formal industry like law, finance, accounting, or politics, your resume should stick to a traditional and no-nonsense design. Seeing classic serif fonts like Times New Roman, Georgia, simple lines, and the dark printer. Friendly colors like navy blue are all great ways to make your resume's layout neat and professional. On the other hand, we have also the creative resume layout. If you work in a field like graphic design, photography, or social media management, it's important that your resume communicates some of your creative talents. That's where a creative resume layout comes in. Adding splashes of colors, background art, skill bars, or icons are all great ways to make your resume stand out and better grab the attention of employers. However, don't add too many style elements. Again, don't add too many style elements. Your resume should still be most text-based and highlight all of your qualifications in a clear, easy to read way. Maybe you're wondering how many pages should a resume be. The short answer is that 1 page is the ideal resume length for most candidates. However, if you have a lot of relevant work experience, it can be 2 or even 3 pages. Certain resume fonts are best suited for particular industries. There are general broad do's and don'ts when it comes to choosing your fonts and sizes. For sizing, many resumes follow a 24-12-10 format. This means that the name is 24, the body headers are 12, and the bullet points are 10. If you're not sure which font to choose for your resume, I would like to recommend these font choices in both serif and sans serif styles.